You know how they say time flies when you're having fun?
You having fun?
Uh, do you know it has been 1 year since I had my double mastectomy?
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's
And
crazy. That's
I
crazy.
know. So for any new viewer, hasn't gone back, I think I talked about it at the beginning of this year. I don't think I can't remember when I talked about it, but
Oh, sorry. Actually, you did a whole thing where we talked about
yeah,
it, and then you talked about your post surgery and
okay.
talked about
I,
how you were feeling before when you just found out.
yeah,
There's a great series of those that
yes,
someone should check out because that was amazing. You had all the
yeah.
feelings.
Well, the feelings are back. No. Um, I think physically, I feel very well. I'm completely healed. I can lift my arms like hoo, 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 hoo. I'm back into full training. I am back into all of my workouts. I think the biggest um, hurdle, and mentally, it's very hard to put into words. So I am very confident with my decision. I never regret my decision at all. So I'm BRCA2 positive. I have a 97% chance of having breast cancer within the next 3 to 5 years. Also, cervical cancer or ovarian cancer. It's one of those two. But I had uterine cancer in 2022, and all of those parts were removed. So I'm very comfortable and confident with my decision. I think the hardest part has been, and I don't know the right word to use, but it's the body deformity, that there is no longer the way my body is shaped because I did go completely flat. And I've never once had the decision, oh, you should have put the implants in, or there's another procedure you can do. I've never felt that, but there's still that mental anguish of finding things to wear, and it's all mental, to be very honest. And I can find things to wear, but it's also how other people perceive me. Do I still look pretty? Am I attractive? What would other people think of me? And that was probably one of the biggest hurdles I had to get through. So, in the physical aspect of it, like I said, I'm all healed. The only thing is with the type of surgery I had, it's like I have Novocaine in my breast area. I have no feeling there. None. Um, but mentally, I am probably the last month, 6 weeks, I have moved forward in my, I have a higher appreciation and a higher love for my body. Let me put it that way. And I have become bolder in my wardrobe choices. And I've become bolder in my um, not given a flying F of what anybody thinks. And that has to do with the gym, because the gym, my workouts are extremely hard. So I have to wear a tank top, and I can, before anybody comes on, I can get prosthesis. I can get all of that. I've chosen not to. Um, and I do have kind of some like workout ones that I can use, but um, I've chose not to. I've chose, this is what I chose. I chose to be bold. I chose to stand in front of you completely flat chested. It still takes a lot of like energy to do that, to move forward. So, but so physically, I am really good. I do have to do yearly checkups, which I have coming up. And I do have to see skin doctor also because that's part of my high risk for cancer. And I have decided that in July, I am going to do what they call the Magnificent Bastard race, which is similar to if you've gone back and seen, I've done Devil's Den race. My son is a race director in Vermont. And this race, I will be carrying 25 pounds on my back. And it's a 1 mile loop. 300 feet is the first quarter mile climb. And then you have another like maybe a half a mile going in and out of the woods, and then another 300 feet drop down that you have to come down. And that's a loop that you do every 30 minutes. And if you can't do it in a 30 minutes, then you're disqualified from the race. So, and that has really boosted my confidence because now I am working my body to an extreme limit that I think it took almost 6 months from, because it was a major surgery, 6 months from the anesthesia, from the healing, from everything that they put into your body to completely clear out of my body. And so I am starting to feel more proud of my body.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
So that is I find it really interesting coming from you because
I
I know
know.
you've got your head very well screwed on and all that stuff, and that it doesn't, like, even if you think you've figured it out, there's still stuff that comes out at you because, no disrespect, a someone that is flat chested finds wardrobe choices, right?
Right.
So it's like your identity, is
But
it?
I'm not, a flat chested woman still has a little bit of a bump. I'm more concave up here now.
Okay.
So they have a little bit of a, like a somewhat of a, I am like, let me see if you can see. So I'm completely like, there's nothing there. There's
Right.
like, it's a little bit of a concave, a little bit. So my ribs actually stick out further than my chest does.
Okay.
So so that was like
Okay.
very like jolting for me. But I have found there's a woman, and please don't ask me her name because I have to go digging for it, that I watch on Instagram that is very much shows her flat chest. And but she dresses beautifully, and that has given me a lot of confidence. In fact, last Monday, a week ago, Peter and I had to go, we didn't have to, we decided to go to a holiday party for a company that he works for part-time. And it was semi-formal. And I was in tears. I didn't know what I was going to do. I did not know what to do. And I found a dress that when I put it on, I cried because for the first time in a long time, I felt very feminine, very much, and I just felt beautiful. And nobody would have known I was flat chested. It was tiered ruffles all the way down. And it was a halter top, and it just made me feel very attractive and very beautiful. And so I'm just relearning a new style. And I like the way you said, um, Tracy, someone who has their head straight. Life is always throwing us something. And I think back, I think the only reason I was able to make the decision I made is because of the work I've done on myself.
Hmm.
The old me, Oh yeah, implants would have gone in. I would have been very voluptuous, like because that would have been my identity,
Hmm.
to be very honest. The curvy, the sexy, like, all right, let's go. And now I'm like, no, that's the false me. This is who I am.
Do you think the decision to do the race, stems from your surgery or recovery?
Yes, because I went to the race in July because I volunteered at it. And I was I was I was inspired by the women doing it. And then I was like, wait a minute, I can do that. You're going to have to work your BBD beep off because I was feeling sorry for myself. So I was working out, but I wasn't like, when you work out, but you don't like work out. You're like, yeah, I'm lifting a weight. Like, yeah, 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 I'm doing it.
Yeah, I can mark
Yeah,
it off my to-do list.
yeah, I'm like that thing. And now it's like, no. I'll tell you what, I had to find some place that was at least 300 feet in elevation. Okay, I live in Florida. If you've ever been to Florida, it's flat. Now, there might be parts of Florida that have hills in them, but they're 4 or 5 hours away from me. Florida's flat, like flat. The highest elevation I can find is maybe 20 feet. I'm serious. I now, on Saturday and Sundays, I go to an office building I know that has outside stairs, and I have to climb these stairs. It's 50 feet high, 6 times. I have to go up and down 6 times. And then I go back and forth the length of this building a couple times. And then I have to go up and down these stairs 4 more times to simulate me being on this mountain with 25 pounds on. And I come home and the sweat is like, that's how I'm training now. And
Wow.
it is like amazing.
You're very inspiring, Michelle.
I
You really
thank you.
are.
Okay, I have to take that compliment, don't I?
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
do. I receive that. You
Yep.
you are. You're very inspirational, and it's like to hear your story and to see where you are today and to see the things that you are challenging yourself with today. Um, yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff.
And to walk everyone
Thank you.
through going through that. Like,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
could sit here and say, yeah, everything, the surgery, I made the right decision and don't tell me anything else. And here you're saying, like, absolutely you made the right decision, but there's all these
It's
other
been
things
hard.
that you
oh
have
yeah,
still have to deal with
Mhm.
to get where you want to be. And
yeah,
yeah, like who knew, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, my family's been wonderful. My partner, he's been wonderful. Like, there's been like, nothing. And no one has ever said anything to me. Like, no one has ever said, gee, you're awfully fine. Like, there's been nothing.
well, I would hope
It's,
not.
well, you don't know. But in my brain
Mhm.
and the way society and the world throws things at us, that it is like, that's the story you tell. And it's also still past trauma that will get triggered.
Mm.
But now I know when, like, nope, how can we get myself out of that aspect of it? You know, how can I rewire, restructure, redirect my thoughts? And that's what I practice.
Do you
Amazing.
think it has, I have no idea. I'm just
Yeah.
all in here. So, okay, so we go identity and we go, I don't, this part doesn't feel right. So it starts to kind of domino effect that I don't feel pretty. I don't feel, is that
Hmm.
tied to now value? Like I'm
Oh,
not,
yeah.
I aren't bringing the value that I should, so then I now should not less, all that stuff in
Yeah,
our head.
that played for a little bit, and now I'm like, no, no, I bring more value because I understand
Yeah. Yeah.
what
That's
what is
really,
going. I understand. I've been there. I know what it is. And even if I don't care what a woman decides to do when they find out this information, I am not an advocate that you need to have a complete double mastectomy and what flat closure. That was my choice. If you believe to have a double mastectomy and have the implants put in or whatever decision that you decide, hallelujah, because you're taking action.
yeah.
I want a woman to take action. And if you decide, I don't know what to do, I need 6 months, then take 6 months. Like, I took 6 months before I made my decision. It is the non-action that is more detrimental than the decision you decide to make. And you can make the decision not to have the mastectomy. You just have to go into high testing every 3 months. And that is okay too. That is fine. That is your decision. There's no right, wrong, indifferent decision to make as long as you walk in with a decision to take care of your health.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I remind myself. And that's what my partner reminded me of. It is your health. That's the first thing I want. I don't care about other parts of your body. Okay. So.
Then
Yeah,
I say, I'm like,
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean,
I just,
congrats, and I can't believe
yeah.
it's been a year already. Like,
yeah,
honestly, that's just like
yeah,
gone like that.
I'll be going for my 1 year checkup. And that's another thing. I do still have a 10% chance of having cancer in the breast because when they do a double mastectomy, because our breast tissues come up under our arms and intertwine in our muscles, they cannot take everything out. But now it's very easy for me to just feel, or a nodule would be able to be very visible. And so that's very visible to see, which, knock on wood, I haven't had anything. But so that is, I go now once a year for them to double check and to do all of that aspect of it. But I just want to tell the viewer, if you're seeing this and have any questions, I know our contact information's out there. And if you don't feel comfortable putting it in the comments, please reach out to me. I would answer any question that you might have on this. Please share this episode or go back and find the previous episodes. If you know somebody going through this, please share the episode with them. There is, like I said, no right, wrong answer. The only wrong thing to do is to put your head in the sands. And I know how scary it is. I've been there. I completely understand that. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. Hit subscribe and hit that notification button so you know when the next one comes out.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.